All right, today we are going to unlock a skill that is a total game changer. I'm talking about winning any argument, not just in a classroom, but pretty much everywhere. And look, we're not talking about shouting matches here. We're talking about the smart, structured art of formal debate. Let's dive in. Have you ever been in a discussion where you know you're right? You've got all the facts, but for some reason, you just can't get your point across. The words just don't seem to land. Yeah, it's super frustrating, right? Well, don't worry, we're about to fix that. See, winning an argument isn't really about being the loudest person in the room. Nope. It's about having a plan, a structure, a blueprint. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to build that winning formula, piece by piece. Okay, so first things first, what do we actually mean when we say debate? Because it's definitely more than just a simple disagreement. Let's get a really clear definition on the table. So a formal debate is basically a structured battle of ideas. The two keywords you got to remember here are formal and disciplined. This means there are rules, there's a specific topic, and your whole goal isn't just to share your feelings, it's to build a case that is just undeniable. So how do you actually build that strong, convincing case? Well, you need the right tools. So let's go ahead and open up the Debater's Toolkit and check out the essential framework for any great speech. You know, every powerful argument really stands on these three pillars. First up, the opening. This is more than just saying hello. It's your first shot to sound credible and set the tone. Next, the body. This is the heart and soul of your argument, where you lay out your evidence, your logic, one point after another. And finally, the conclusion. This is your mic drop moment, right? You summarize your strongest points and leave a lasting impression. Okay, so if the structure is the skeleton, then powerful language, well, that's what gives your argument its muscle. Using the right phrases can make you sound way more confident and make your points so much more compelling. Let's look at a few killer examples. I'd like to argue. This one is your opening shot. I'd like to argue. It's simple, it's direct, and it immediately signals that you're not just thinking out loud. You came here prepared with a solid point to make. Now, don't be afraid to own your perspective. Saying, in my opinion, puts your authority right at the center of things. It shows that what's coming next is a carefully thought-out viewpoint. And it tells everyone, hey, listen up, this is my stance. Ooh, okay, now we're getting strategic. This phrase isn't just about disagreeing. It's a really polite but super firm way to pivot to a counter-argument. It shows you were listening, but you found a major flaw in their logic. And this one? This is a little bit of rhetorical magic. Asking, may I ask, is such a subtle way to take control of the conversation. It's a move that pulls the audience onto your side, almost inviting them to spot the problem in your opponent's argument right along with you. And if you're wondering why all this stuff matters, well, here you go. It's literally how you're judged. And just look at the points here. Content and expression are worth double what format is. That means what you say, your facts, your logic, and how you say it, your powerful, persuasive language. That's what really wins the day. All right, theory is great and all, but let's see these tools in action. We're going to look at a few real debate topics and break down exactly how these arguments get built on both sides of the issue. So let's take online classes. The for side is all about access and innovation. Platforms like Khan Academy, saving trees, turning our phones into libraries. But the against side, they focus on the human element, the lack of face-to-face interaction, proper guidance, and, let's be honest, discipline. And check this out. This is a killer line from the for argument. It's so memorable, a little provocative, and it just perfectly captures this idea that technology has completely changed how we get information. Okay, here's another classic showdown. On one hand, the for side argues social media is this amazing connector. It builds bridges, creates opportunities, and keeps us plugged in. But the against side, they paint a very different picture. One of addiction, fake news spreading like wildfire, and less time spent in the real world. This line from the against side is a fantastic example of using what some might call polite sarcasm. It's an emotionally charged question that makes a really powerful point about the more superficial side of social media culture. Oh yeah, this is a super relatable topic for students. The argument for pre-boards says they're like a necessary dress rehearsal. They build confidence and show you where you stand. But the against argument warns of the exact opposite, crushing self-esteem and adding just unbearable pressure. It's really two valid sides of the same coin. Okay, so we've gone through the structure, the tools, the real-world examples. So what's the big idea you need to walk away with?
let's boil it all down. Here it is, your winning blueprint. Just remember, a winning argument is never an accident. It's always a deliberate mix of a solid structure, undeniable facts, and persuasive language, all pointing toward one clear goal. If you can master this, you'll be able to get your ideas across with confidence every single time.
So the tools are in your hands now. This blueprint isn't just for some formal competition. It's for making your voice heard, for defending your ideas, and for taking part in discussions that actually matter. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?
Prepared by K. Rajendra Prasad.